group lead, and also the QCC advisor. So in our QCC today, you're going to find the necessary components of a QCC, including cost savings, productivity, team member development, and of course safety. But we're also going to bring to light something that sometimes gets overlooked, and that is the spirit of Mendomi, and the happiness and the gratitude that our team members show when it's actually realized and experienced in their process. So with that, I hand it over to SlipNot.
All right, thank you. I don't think you got the memo that everybody's wearing black, so excuse us wearing red. So just a quick background for those of you who don't know, SlipNot is one of my favorite bands, so what I did was just alter their name to fit our QCC. So you will see that our QCC is kind of has a band theme to it. So I'd like to introduce our SlipNot members. We have our band manager, our QC advisor, Mr. Adrian Aguirre. We have our lead guitarist, timekeeper, Mr. Esteban Venegas. We have our bass guitarist, our gatekeeper, Mr. Carlos Juarez. We have our drummer, record keeper, Mr. Jerry Tenney. We have our mixer, which is our QC member, Drea Nunez, who cannot be here today, and I am your lead vocalist. QC leader, Mr. Ganado. So our safety commitment is to always follow the Toyota Cares policy. So just real quick, a level of assessment. We as a group, we didn't have the communication skills. We're trying to figure out how we can improve on our communication skills. How are we going to improve on computer skills and PowerPoints and things like that. So to start first, clarify the problem. So a background, in previous years, 70% of the quality injuries were caused by slips and trips in the QI department. So from fiscal year 17 through 19, the QI department has had a total of 9 slips and trips. So what is the difference between a slip and a trip? A slip is where you lose traction with your footing, causing you to slip. A trip is actually when you're colliding with an object, causing you to either lose balance or ultimately you can fall from that. So our ultimate goal is to sustain and maintain a safe environment for all team members. What does that mean? We want to make sure that team members come to work safe and they go home safe. So that's our goal, is to maintain a safe environment for all members. Our ideal condition, we would like to have 0 slips and trips in the whole plan. But currently right now we're looking at QI, so we would like to reduce the 9. Again, as I mentioned, we've had 9 slips and trips in the QI department, which is also our gap of 9 slips and trips. So I hand it over to Mr. Esteban Venegas.
Thank you, Jerry. So moving on to step 2, breaking down the problem, right? Where is our problem happening at? We know we have in QI 9 slips and trips, so we started looking at all of our areas. We looked at DLI. We saw that DLI had 0. AIFI had 1. It was an unavoidable circumstance where it was an E-stop that resulted in a trip. We looked at VCI. We saw that VCI, it was floor debris on the floor that actually caused the trip. We looked at our wax area. It was a slick surface on the diamond plate, which resulted in a slip, 2 slips. And then our VPSS, we had concrete diamond plate again with the same occurrence of the slick surface, which caused 5 slips. So we wanted to put the 2 wax and VPSS slips together since they were both with a common slick surface. So it put us at 7. So setting our target. So we know we have 7 slips in the QI department. We wanted to target 0. That would give us 100% reduction, which would give us overall 9 slips and trips with a gap of just 2. So step 4, root cause analysis. We want to analyze our man, machine, method, and material. So when we looked at our man, we saw that our man was following standardized work. They were being aware of their surroundings, so we deemed that as good. When we looked at machine, we saw that we had 7 slips at the VPSS and wax area.
Why, Steve?
Vehicles were lined up with excessive water.
Why, Steve?
Because the blowers were not functioning at full capacity. Therefore, vehicles lined up with excessive water. Therefore, we had 7 slips at the VPSS and wax area. When we looked at our method, we saw that our method was good. There were no obstacles for the team members to climb over, so we deemed that as good. When we saw material, we saw that we had 7 slips in the VPSS and wax area.
Why, Steve?
Team members were losing traction.
Why, Steve?
Floor is very slippery.
Why, Steve?
Poor floor conditions. Therefore, the floor is very slippery. Therefore, team members were losing traction. Therefore, we had 7 slips at the VPSS and wax area. I would like to note that for the machine, we did have a countermeasure for the blowers to be replaced, although the blowers were not 100% guarantee of removing all the waters. So we decided to focus on material. So I'll go ahead and hand it over to Jerry for next steps.
Thanks, Steve. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to our countermeasure matrix. First step we did, we recorded our proposed countermeasures and we began to grade those. And as we did, we noted that adding the anti-slip tape to the floor scored the highest, so we chose this countermeasure due to it was something that we could do ourselves in a timely manner. So the first thing we did is we took action to thoroughly clean the floor and we dried it. We installed the anti-slip tape throughout the cell staging area and the two-member walk paths. And then seeing that countermeasure through, we noted that within a couple hours, the anti-slip tape began to peel off the floor due to poor adhesion on the slip surface. So this was a no-good condition. So we returned to our countermeasure matrix and we rescored these and we wrote this as a no-good countermeasure. And with that, I'll pass it over to Carlos.
Thank you, Jerry. So we went back to the matrix and we actually wanted to tackle the next one that had the high score was detour water for the drains. So what we did, we looked around the plant to see who had the similar conditions, just like we did, and we went audit. And audit had similar conditions, so we took one of their ideas, and we implemented it into our line, was to go ahead and saw cut some lines into the concrete to help divert the water back into the drains. As you can see, there's still some water. It did a good job getting out a lot of the water out, but there's still some water there. It still remained very slippery. That does a triangle condition.
So as Carlos mentioned, although the detouring the water into drains was successful, it wasn't as successful as we had planned. So we came back as a group, we went back to our selection matrix, and we started brainstorming how can we fix these issues, how can we fix this. So we looked on the internet and we did what anybody else would do. Ask Google, how can we fix our floor? We need help. So Google led us to many different companies who dealt with non-slip flooring. But we came across a local company called Texas No Slip, who specializes in creating a non-slip surface slip surface into a non-slip surface. So Texas No Slip, they have 3 non-slip materials that we have showcased here at Team MTX. All of them being at the VP-SS area and at the wax area. One of them is called granitite. So this granitite is a slip-resistant coating that can be applied to any type of flooring. So this non-slip here, actually we have a demonstration to show you how it actually works. So if you look here on the video, in the center part we have a non-slip surface, it's just a slick surface, nothing was done to it. Right there where the boot is at, that's also a slick surface. And as you can see here, that's the granitite that was installed. I do want to note that these are Toyota approved boots, so as you can see, that granitite stopped that boot right away as soon as it made contact with the boot. Another material that non-slip has is called Invisigrip. This is an invisible material that they have that can be applied to concrete. This has a unique chemical agent, but this actually works off of water. So as soon as water or any type of liquid makes contact with it, it creates a real non-slip surface. So I will show you here another demonstration of how it works. Again, as you can see, the boot stops as soon as it makes contact with that material. One of their last item is called Top Tread. This here is installed at the wax ramp. So as you can see on our before condition, we have non-slip tape, which I'm sure we have that all throughout the whole plant. But as mentioned earlier, tape does come up. It does take time to go out there and replace it. So what we did was we had the company install the Top Tread, which we don't have a video to show you, but this can be installed on an incline to the diamond plating, which is also good for the environment. It also works better outside of the environment. One thing I do want to note is since August of 2019, we've had 0 near misses and slips ever since that got installed over at the wax ramp.
Okay, so moving on to step 7, monitoring both results and process. So what better way to get some feedback than to go to the team members who are actually running these processes with these slippery surfaces So what we did was we created a survey. We gave them to the team members to see how they felt about it. Although 13% was indecisive, we had 87% that was favored for the surface and would like to see it applied to other surfaces that may have trip hazard. So for our total QCC savings, we went from 7 to 0, which was an actually 100% reduction. Also, we'd like to note that we did work real close with our safety department with their matrix, and we did find out that there was an estimated cost avoidance of $102,900.
All right, so step 8, we want to standardize a successful process. As you can see here, we have more items to do, so we're planning to install the non-slip material over at the sales line, emissions, our manager meeting area, emissions lane 1 and 2. This past weekend we were able to do VCI lane 1. This weekend we are going to complete VCI lane 2. So we would like to yoke attend this to all the shops. First of all, we want to finish with QI, but we'd like to yoke attend this to paint, weld, assembly. So if any of y'all out there want to try this non-slip, y'all are more than welcome. I can take y'all out there to do a go and see, and you can see exactly how this material works. Something that we want to do is monitor our team members' HYP just to confirm that there's no sudden impact due to the flooring that we installed. We want to monitor the longevity lifespan of this material here. We want to work closely with our team members. We want to make sure that we capture their likes and dislikes of the material. And then we're also going to do a yearly maintenance that we have scheduled for touch-ups. So I'd like to note that Texas does have 2 top 5 with the BPAC SOAR. One of them is our non-slip. So I've already made contact with Paint, Plant Engineering from TMMTX, who actually went out there and saw the material. I am passing on information to them. They really want to add this into their areas. I also have 2 NAMCs coming down from Mississippi and Kentucky. They also want to see this non-slip. I know there are non-slip materials out there, but all the feedback I got is that there is no non-slip for concrete flooring. So this is going to be something big that we'll be able to yoke attach through other NAMCs and maybe, globally. So we have some follow-up items. We still have those 2 items where we still have the 2 trips. Well, those are going to be homework items for us. We are going to work on those, and we're going to see how we can eliminate those 2 items to give us 100% reduction. But currently, right now, we stand at an 80% total reduction. We were able to go from our 90 to our 2, so it gave us an 80% reduction. So we have some tributes, some SlipNot fans want to just say something about the SlipNot group.
Thank you, SlipNot, for making my process safer.
Thank you, SlipNot, for taking care of my team, or considering my team and myself for safety of the
Thank you, SlipNot, for helping us prevent slip and falls.
Hey, this is Kara, and I just want to say since the addition of the non-slip flooring has been a huge improvement for myself and my fellow team members' safety use.
So our level of assessment and planning, we went from a mid-C almost to the beginning of a level B. We were able to utilize our QCC tools, and we were able to overcome a lot of obstacles that we have. Obviously, one of them is still public speaking. Some of us are still having trouble doing that, but eventually we'll get over it. So, just some personal reflection for myself. It was great working with these group of guys here. There were times where we didn't see eye to eye. We, struggled on what we're going to do, but we were able to stop and listen to each other, and we were able to come to a group consensus and move forward. Another reflection is I'm glad that we were able to help out the floor. Team member safety is obviously very important to us, so we wanted to make sure that we used our QCC tools and we used what we were given to help maintain and sustain a safe environment for all team members.
Reflection I had was just having the opportunity to hone in my QCC skills. Also, it would have saved the company some money, but more importantly, having the opportunity to maybe helping all NAMCs with something that Toyota really believes in, and that's the safety of our team members. So,
And for me personally, the reflections I have is coming from the Kaizen group and working on all of these incidents independently over these last few years as they happened. It was very nice to actually use some Toyota tools and a team to actually solve some of these problems instead of putting Band-Aids most of the time. So I think that was the best part for us.
mine was sour whites right in my eye. My reflection was, we never gave up. We kept on working forward and trying to solve all these issues, and we could have easily gave up a long time ago. We've been dealing with these things for years, and kept on fighting how to find a solution. So for that, really thankful we never gave up.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.